Hello, everybody. It's Alex Shevchenko here. As always, on Fridays, we are having a live stream on the YouTube that is called Friday Alpha League. And this is the moment in time when we are sharing some updates from the Aurora ecosystem, what was happening during this particular week here. And as you know, there is always something to be shared on these calls. And this week we would like to, once again, just would like to remind everyone that this is a live stream. This is a great place for you to ask your questions. My team is helping me with reviewing these questions, and in case there are some valuable ones or the ones that are extremely important to be answered, they are going to be seen. So please do not hesitate sending your questions, and in case you would like to have some additional information shared with you. I'm going to answer these questions in the end of the stream. And I would like to start with an extremely positive news for everyone who is inside of the Aurora and Near ecosystems. As some of you might remember, around 1 year ago, Aurora was the first project that innovated in the validator domain for the Near blockchain. Aurora developed its own version of the validator. This is a new type of a validator that works in an absolutely different way. People are staking their Near tokens with this validator, and they are receiving Aurora tokens as a payback instead of the Near tokens. This is a new type of thing, right? And we have been the first project who launched it, but since then, since the code is open source, obviously, many other projects have actually launched their such validators, this version 2 validators, I would say. And right now, it is a time to continue the incentives around this validator. So over the course of the previous couple of weeks, Aurora DAO was voting on the new release schedule of additional Aurora tokens, and as some of you might remember, there were 30 million Aurora tokens allocated to be distributed to the Near community within the first 3 years of operations of Aurora. And among these 30 million, 5 million have been distributed already within the first year, and 20 million, additional 20 million, are going to be distributed over the next year that actually started just today. So there is a great opportunity for everyone who is having Near tokens and who is willing to support Aurora project to stake with Aurora validator. This validator, as you can see, please do your own research on the financial side. I'm not giving you here any financial advices. But the amount of Aurora tokens was increased in comparison with the previous allocation, which means that the APY for this validator was increased, right? And there are some additional information that you are able to get from the blog article that was released today. So please pay your attention. Aurora continues its innovations and continues to move forward with this new version of the Near blockchain validator. And it's great to see that Aurora DAO is fully supporting these developments. Moving on to the next news that is a little bit, they're not that positive. So some accounts in Twitter, like this AVB account, a pretty known influencer in the Near space, they are publishing the information about the MailChimp exploit. And because of this exploit, some additional mailing lists or some mailing lists from the Near Foundation has been leaked. What it means is that this list, or just a set of emails, are now available to the attackers, and to potentially they are available also on the dark market, which means that people who are interested or have been interested in the Near ecosystem, and their emails now available to people outside. Obviously, this is not a this is not the fault of the Near Foundation. This is the fault of the of MailChimp, and unfortunately they're constantly proven and not being able to execute very well on the security of their users. That's a shame. However, this is what we are facing. What are the consequences of this exploit? The consequences are that these emails can be used in the phishing attacks, where attackers would be able to, where they're going to send the emails and pretend that they are willing to to recover your funds or something like that, and they will get from you the seed phrases and passwords and stuff like that. So please be very cautious on the phishing email, and that is super important for you not to lose your money. Be very cautious. This is a typical scam that is happening all over the web, just with a little bit of flavor of the blockchain here. Now moving on to some events inside of the Aurora ecosystem, and CoinBrain, a new analytics website, has launched Aurora, or like they have now supporting Aurora blockchain, and CoinBrain is a project that looks pretty similar to the CoinMarketCap. However, they are having some additional features, and they are monitoring some interesting things around the stats and the metrics. And also, in comparison with CoinMarketCap, for example, what they are seeing here is that there is a live trade history, and this is something what you're able to see what is happening here, right? So pretty cool stuff. And in case you have been looking for an alternative of the CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, potentially CoinBrain can be a place for you. As you can see, you're able to fine tune the searches, and Aurora is here among other pretty prominent EVM compatible networks. Aramid Finance, a protocol for cross-chain interoperability, added Aurora to their list, and we are pretty happy that they have chosen Aurora as the next step, especially taking into account that they are more they are focusing. Aurora is only the fourth network that they have added. So initially originated with Algorand, and they started to expand to the EVM compatible network. So pretty cool stuff, and great to see the multi-chain future coming to fruition, and with more interoperability cross-chain protocols in place. Moving on with another project, which is the Mail chain, the Web3 communication mechanism. This is a pretty straightforward thing, right? You're able to send and receive messages with Mail chain directly in between wallets. So pretty cool stuff. And also taking into account the Aurora Plus, the solution that was developed by Aurora Labs and that grants all of the users who registered with Aurora Plus 50 free transactions on Aurora. This gives you almost free messaging system with the track records on the blockchain. This is a pretty cool stuff. I would encourage you, for example, to use this to memorize some of your special events, maybe birthdays, and maybe weddings, or maybe something else. It is a pretty cool stuff to have an event recorded on the blockchain, and making sure that this event is staying there forever and is not going to be changed, and it is going to be much more robust than just a piece of paper that kind of proves that you have been wedding this woman or a man. It is just, from my standpoint, it's just much cooler. Moving on with Kenshi. They also integrated with Aurora, and their set of tools are available on Aurora mainnet. They have different pieces of their infrastructure. These are called Deep Index, IoT, and Oracle Network. They are all focused in a little bit different areas. So with Deep Index, this is a new way how to index the smart contract events emitted, which means this is something that is used for the analytics of the blockchain and also for building the front ends, for example. Kenshi Oracle Network is a platform for building custom Oracle. So this is a pretty straightforward thing. Anyone who is willing to have some data outside of the blockchain communicated inside of the blockchain, they need to have an Oracle service, and Kenshi can become a tool that you might use. And obviously, IoT SDK. This is something that is this is the SDK that allows you to connect IoT devices to the blockchain. Pretty cool development. And for those who are building additional networks, this is a pretty great additional infrastructure provider, or additional infrastructure provider, right? So additional provider that is able to help you out with these things. So super cool. Let me like this. And Kenshi, wishing you luck with adopting of your technologies on the Aurora blockchain. And our long-term partners and friends, Flux Protocol, now rebranded into SETA Protocol. Great to see new cool animations. Hopefully this new name is going to help Flux and now SETA to move forward, and hopefully this name is not is pretty good and sounds great in all the languages. Continuing with the different things, and first of all, our newly created Aurora Chinese community. We're glad to see this activity in China picking up. They decided to create their own NFT collection there. Let me check. Yeah, so this is the collection that is connected with the Chinese New Year. By the way, congratulating everyone who is celebrating this particular holiday. And yeah, you are able to see these NFTs on 369, one of the newest NFT marketplaces deployed on Aurora. Our local communities continue to do lots of activities, and our Turkey community is also doing. It's hard for me to say. I unfortunately don't understand Turkish at the moment, but taking into account this stuff, this is a virtual meetup, right? In Shopify. So maybe if in case somebody from the Turkish community is looking to this, maybe you can send some more details in the chat. And continuing with with our Brazilian community, and we have been talking about a great collection, NFT collection that was launched by Carolina Calvinaghi on probably 369 also, if you remember, maybe one or a couple of episodes before. It was an absolutely astonishing pictures of futuristic woman androids on the greenish phone and on the greenish background. So like that's super cool, and this is one of the first threads that is published about Carolina and her kind of way in blockchain and in general. What does it mean to be an artist in the blockchain? So take a look at this. There are quite a lot of nice information, and so super cool stuff. Oh, by the way, this is the actual that collection. take a look. Just insane. Need to buy one. Okay, and finishing it up with Aurora Hunters that have been publishing an additional pretty short video for just only 4.5 minutes to explain everyone what does Aurora Plus mean and what it is. So take a look at this, pretty great thing too. And I would like to finish off with an upcoming events that are going to happen just before ETH Denver. So just before ETH Denver, in the same place in Denver, it is going to be an Interop summit that is organized by the Acceler, our long-term partner. Obviously, Acceler is the company that is focused on the interoperability between different blockchains. So, as you can see, there are quite a lot of different companies that are working in this direction. Not only Aramid, but also Acceler. Right? People do like the, as you can see, Aurora, Acceler, Aramid. People like names of the projects that start with A. And I'm going to visit this Interop Summit. I'm going to talk there about some topics around interoperability. So in case you're going to visit this event, we will be able to meet face to face there. Besides that, Aurora will have a pretty large presence on ETH Denver and on an additional event that is called Near Denver. Yes, Near Denver. This is a separate conference that is focused around the Near ecosystem, and obviously Aurora playing a big part, a big role in this ecosystem. We are for sure going to be presented there, and we are preparing quite a lot of announcements there. And so come there, visit the talks and the announcement by Aurora Labs team, and this is a great chance, again, as I said, to meet each other in person. So with news, that's it for today. Let me check whether we have any questions that need to be answered right here, right now. Okay. So probably not a lot of questions. So I see that Junior Figueiredo is having some troubles with some kind of coding system. So you can always go to Aurora.dev and write in the you can find in the bottom right corner the question mark. You can write there in case this is connected with our systems. Just a lot of people cheering and greeting each other. Thanks everyone for your positive mood. Keep holding on, continuing to go through this bear market. Everything is great. We're super focused on building, super focused on delivering great news to you every week. Please have a great weekend and see you as always on the next Friday at the same time during the next Friday Alpha League session. Thank you very much. Goodbye.